Jarvis, and we're going to just do a quick basket, kind of give you guys an idea of an easy way to make them. So I start with my soil, and if you're going to use synthetic soil, that's fine. Miracle-Gro is a really good mix. I always use a mix. I don't use like a straight garden soil or something like that. The mix is always going to be better for your smaller containers. So I'm going to add soil to the bottom of this basket, and then I am going to mix in a little bit of my fertilizer, and this is a time-release fertilizer. This is Osmocote. I'm reaching across myself here. I hope you guys can see that all right. But I like it because it's more time-release, and it will continue to work for about a month and a half. I think it says 2 on there. But I will add more in about a month and a half because all of your blooming annuals are heavy feeders, and we really want these plants to look really great. So I'll sprinkle a little Osmocote down at the bottom, and then I'll save some as I go up, and then add it as I go. So what I want to do is I want to push this down and start shaping it. In the center, it needs to be solid across the bottom. And then as I go up, I am going to actually pack it on the sides. And so I'm going to end up with a nice center that's all ready to go and with the sides packed. So I'm going to pack this all the way around, going all the way up to the top, because this soil, even though it's packed, is going to actually settle a little bit. So it'll come down from where we're initially putting it. So give it about 2 weeks, and the soil level will go back down a little bit. So I run all my chunks, and any big pieces of bark I toss out as well. So this is going to go all along the sides, all the way around the pot. If we don't do this, then what happens is water always finds the easiest way out, and so it'll start making holes, and you will have a very uneven distribution of your moisture in your soil. So we want it as even as we can get it. So your center plant, I am going to put up just a little bit when I'm planting them. And then the other ones are going to come down. From that, I make it a little bit of an angle. So I want it almost level, but the center I want just a tad higher. And this one I had pulled out earlier for a little display. So we're going to put it in there. And like I said, we want it maybe up just a teeny bit. So once it's in there, she's nice and centered. Then I'm going to come out with my planting. And in this size pot, I'm going to do 3s. So I am going to pick 3 nice colorful plants, and I'm going to plant them in a triangle. And so I'm going to do 3 of one thing, and then I'm going to take some smaller ones, and I'm going to do 3 of another thing. And that way it's going to look very, very even from any side you look at it. If for some reason you needed to make one-sided, you make it taller in the back and it coming down shorter in the front. With a basket like this, that's very unusual that you would do that. So with your soil packed and everything's ready, I'm going to loosen my roots just a teeny bit on something like this. If they're extremely root bound, you may use a little tool to help loosen that up just a little bit. I like this tool right here, and there's a number of companies that make it. It just grabs those side roots and pulls them out just a little bit without destroying your root ball. So I love this little tool. And In my world, it's a digger. I know there's other names for it, like trowel. But you know, I kind of like digger. So that's when I say I need my digger, my husband knows. Okay, I'm gonna move soil around. Then we're gonna do the same thing. Loosen up those roots just a little bit. Get her all ready to roll. Put her in here. Push it down nice. So my level is just a hair, you guys can see, just a hair lower than this one. And I'm gonna do that nice triangle. How about that? And then I always get them to where they're facing out just a little bit. It's going to make for a little neater basket. Of course, as they grow, sometimes they will just do that on their own. But if you're going to sell it anytime soon, or if you're making this for yourself, you want them to look as pretty as soon as possible. So I put the taller side to the center and the lower side looking outwards towards me. So here we go. So as we're going here, you may notice that we are repeating our triangles. And that works really great for 14, 12 inch. Once you get up to, say, a 16 or 18 or larger, your pattern starts changing to a 4. And sometimes I'll come and I will bet something up next to the center of it. And then my pot is so big, I will start going into a 4 pattern. And it works really, really well. If you keep to those patterns, it makes it easy to count. It makes it easy to buy. And it is a really nice looking basket after it starts to grow in. Okay, here we go. Nice and simple, easy, and give this about a week to 2 weeks to grow in, and it's going to be absolutely beautiful. I'm going to top it off with the rest of the fertilizer that I had, and then I'm going to water it in really good. I'm going to keep it out of the wind for a couple of days so it fills in real pretty without being beat up by the wind. We got some wind today, so that's what made me think that. So make sure you don't have holes. So as you push, you don't want it to sink in. We're going to make sure all that soil is nice and firm. And you can double check yourself. I've got a little hole right here, so I'm going to put just a tad more. And that's it. If we want to do one for summertime, I usually add one more product. And this is the product right here. It's called Soil Moist. Now, this will help your basket hold on to moisture, especially when we get up in midsummer when we have a lot of hot days. You're probably going to be watering it once to twice a day during the heat of the summer. So really, really good product. That's it.